this is called the Wasteland Survival Guide, so I need to make sure to cover some of the really important subjects, like not bleeding out. I think most ponies figured this out, but blood is really important. Ancient unicorns used to call all your veins and arteries the rivers of life. They even thought that the essence of magic itself was in blood. But that's as far as we've studied in my unicorn history class. The point is, unicorns were really obsessed with medicine and magic, so a lot of major medical treatments come from unicorns and usually involve magic. If you have a deep cut somewhere on one of your legs, the first thing you should do is tie a belt above the cut. That should slow down the bleeding enough that you can fix the cut itself. You want to find some kind of bandages, especially those enchanted healing bandages, to wrap up the wound. Depending on what kind of bleeding is happening is how you should decide what to do. If you just have a dribbling cut that's like dripping off your coat, then you can move on to the next step. But if the blood is shooting out in little squirts like one of those Sparkle Cola squirt guns, then that's bad. Those are the main rivers that blood flows through, coming directly from your heart. And you really want your heart to get that blood back. If this happens, you won't have a lot of time to think. You need to really act quickly because your head will feel woozy within seconds. If you can, you need to find something really hot and burn right where the blood is coming from, so that it will burn the cut closed. Assuming you've been in a gunfight, the end of your gun will be really hot from lots of shooting. That's a good thing to use. It's much better though if you have some kind of friend with you who can do it for you. You want to stop the bleeding no matter what. Then drink a magical potion of some kind. Maybe pour some on the wound too. Potions are a really great thing to have plenty of on hoof. But most of them take some time to work. There are some that you can just inject right into the wound and everything starts healing right away. Like magic. Because it is magic. But those are really hard to find, so you probably just have normal potions. All that matters is that you stop the bleeding. Then get to some kind of a doctor or medical pony right away so they can do the rest. It's always good to have some kind of medical pony in your team. It's even better if you have more than one, so that if your medic gets hurt, they have some pony who can fix them. If there's one medic pony, sometimes they can fix themselves. I once knew a medic pony who had to perform surgery on one of his own organs. It was so crazy. He had been hit in the belly hard by a manticore arm, so it was bruised and swollen. Luckily, he was smart enough to know that the trauma had ruptured his spleen, but unluckily, he knew what that meant. They were in the middle of the wasteland, between towns, and if he didn't do something fast, he would die. So he had to drink some vodka, and use the only painkiller they had to numb the area, and cut himself open. The young buck in their group immediately fainted when he started bleeding. But luckily his mare friend helped him by holding the light and the flap of his skin open while he sewed up his own spleen. Thank goodness he survived. But unless you think you can do that yourself, try to have more than one medic pony in your group.